we bought sight unseen out of state at 1,000 miles. Correction.
Also, I like how every conference we go to, people are like, never buy sight unseen.
Yeah, miss me with that.
Look, like literally every advice, like that's like the first thing people say, like don't buy sight unseen. And we've bought several properties sight unseen.
Well, part of it is because I like to go left when everyone's going right.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I think you told me the other day, and I didn't think about this, that I have a problem with, what do I have a problem with? You told me like authorities? Like, what did you say? You said it best. Forget how you said it.
You just don't like following anyone. Like people, like you just.
I wouldn't say I don't like following anyone.
No, like, but like you definitely like having your own path, and you don't care about the norm of anything.
That's what it is. I push back on the norms because I feel like if you do what everyone's doing, you'll get what everybody has. You agree with that?
Like that's such a general, like to a certain extent.
I think to a lot of extent. I think in order for you to get results that are unconventional, you need to do unconventional things.
Who's this? Oh, you're an entrepreneur? Oh, you're a real estate investor. Oh, you're trying to learn from those who did it. Well, come into the lab then. Put your white coat on, gloves on, notepad, and let's build, y'all.
Experiment Nation, we are live and we have an overdue special guest that I'm so happy I get to share this moment in the lab, because usually, see, the thing is, the person I'm about to introduce right now is always currently behind the scenes of all the master experiments, whether you know it or not. And so with the 300th episode, that would not have been possible without this one right here, which I'll introduce shortly in a second. This show wouldn't be possible. So first of all, I want to give a very huge welcome. But before I say who this person is, I want to give you a little bit of background of who this person is. So right next to me, I have an amazing, true lab rat like myself who got into real estate without even knowing she was going to get into real estate. And I'm going to bring it all the way back if you don't mind. But I have here Celine Hacobian-Kanya, who is the co-founder of Invested Escapes, which is a temporary housing company that specializes in accommodating displaced families. And she is my right-hand woman, that is for sure. But not only that, let's just take a step all the way back. She is also the co-founder of CelSev Events, which is also a company, an event planning company that caters to specifically to bridal showers and events and bridal showers, events and birthdays and anything that brings people together, because we're all about the people. But then your background is pretty interesting, because Celine didn't just start here. She has layers and layers. She has a master's from Columbia University. She spent time at Time Magazine, which as a social or audience engagement, and then she came as a social media producer at ABC News, where she has some amazing highlights that I don't know if she knew that I was going to bring out today, but she started and grew TikTok account to 1 million followers in just over a year, and at one point gained 1 million followers in 14 days to become the most followed U.S. news account on the platform, and produced ABC's News' most viewed TikTok video with 9.9 million views, and of course did the same with Time, and it got a lot with data analyzation, video views, traffic sources for Time, Fortune, and Money. So I think it's fair to say that Celine is the one that actually gives me a lot of my foundation when it comes to social media. And I'm just playing catch up. As a matter of fact, fun fact, I don't know if you knew this, Celine, but Celine in one video has more views than half of my YouTube channel. And y'all, for perspective, I have 1,000 videos which you guys get to tune in on every single day. And so I'm so proud to not only have an amazing daughter, an amazing sister, an amazing co-founder, and an amazing wife that I get to call my partner here. Celine, welcome to the lab. How did that feel?
Thank you so much for such a kind introduction.
Did
That
that
was
feel
nice.
like you?
Yeah,
It did, right?
it did.
It feels good to like kind of like soak it in. And
Mhm.
I want to thank you because it's true that, behind 300 experiments, you make life easy for me to be able to do all these wonderful experiments, all these interviews. And then, and it's funny because we were talking about this like literally the other day that you don't get enough credit.
Thank you.
You don't get enough credit because they see me. I'm always trying to show out and take the attention. But really, Celine is behind the scenes making everything happen. And you actually happen to be our COO. So we have a pretty cool dynamic kind of dynamic duo. We were just off the phone with our maintenance guy. You do a lot of the maintenance. Everybody reports to all our cleaners, all of our maintenance, all of our staff, the entire team. I focus more on the acquisition side and the finance side, and obviously the relations. But you're also on the social media side. We might need to see your face a little bit more. This is one thing we talked about. Who wants to see Celine a little bit more? Like I think I know I do. And so, but we're a good team, and I think it's really cool how we got into this. I know I always tell my version of the story, but when you call yourself a real estate investor, which I don't know if you call yourself a real estate investor, you obviously own a real estate company with me as literally
And
real estate. So what can you describe the beginning of that journey for you of like when it actually started? And I might correct you on this because I don't know if you realize when it actually started.
Okay. Well, thank you for such a lovely introduction. I'm so happy to get here.
But of course.
Only took 300 episodes to get me on the show.
I had to save you for
here.
the 300 episode milestone because
Right.
this is a big milestone.
Right. Okay.
Thanks to you, of course. So I'm giving your flowers here. I don't know what else you want. This is how she always is, by the way. I only filtered out all the good.
Right.
Yeah. There's two sides to the story, though, right?
Right. Always.
Yeah. There was. Go ahead. So, what's your story of like when you got into real estate?
I'm trying to think if there was anything before what I'm thinking of, but our journey started, or mine did at least, when it was during the pandemic. We were looking at, I don't actually remember how the idea came to be, but I think at some point you did say we should invest in a property and try to do short-term rentals.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I can actually help you out here because it was actually way before.
Okay.
It was back at our
Mine
alma mater. Back at Brandeis.
For
I
you.
was an RA, but you were my resident assistant. We used to go on rounds together.
Okay, that was not my foray into real estate.
100% it was.
No.
Yes, it counts. Do you think it counts for me?
Sure, because that was like a management role.
Right. And who was helping the manager?
I was not helping. I was like tagging along.
You were mentally supporting.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay.
And what about, we were talking about his name the other day. We had a little resident that used to like look up to us like mom and dad.
Oh my God. Okay. That was not real estate related.
Of course it is. It's a people's business.
Okay.
It's all real estate related. Right? Because I think personally that we are managing people in real estate institutions.
Okay, that's true.
Or real estate like homes. And we're doing that back in college, because in college it was called being a community advisor, which you were giving me advice when I would come across encounters, and we would do rounds and we make sure we kept the community together.
That is like what we do now.
That's literally what we do now. This girl was trying to shave off a whole 5 years. It was pre-pandemic. As a matter of fact, pandemic's 2020.
Okay, but it really
we graduated in 2014, so we really started in 2012 when you think about it.
Okay, a little bit of a stretch, but
no,
that's
it's not
fine.
a stretch. See, this is me. See, I'm the branding guy. I believe in being able to just really showcase and make the best out of people. And I think sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit.
Okay.
Just like you don't give
good.
yourself enough credit.
Okay.
Right?
Am I looking into that camera or?
Yeah, I think we should, because
Okay.
people are tuning in from all over the world.
No, I just didn't know which camera.
And you're also whispering, so we want to make sure that people can hear us.
Well,
But
the mic is like in my face. I'm pretty
it
sure
is
it's fine.
because oh, it is on. Good. I was gonna freak out. I've had some horror stories, but not today.
Okay, but it really did start in 2020 when we really started going with our business. Yes? Do
Yeah.
you concur?
And so if you remember, it was episode 91, right? I'd interviewed Michael Sjogren, and then he kind of said something about like him retiring his mom, retiring his wife, retiring himself. And like, I think during my whole journey, even during college, I was always like a bigger pockets guy. Do you actually remember that? Do you remember if I was actually into bigger pockets, or did I share that at all?
You were starting to you were definitely into similar I don't remember if it was specifically that you would mention, but
did I talk about, like, I'm honestly jaded. Did I talk about real estate as much as I did now, or was it a little bit?
As much as now?
Yeah, not now.
Every other sentence.
Yeah, but like, was there an interest? Do you remember?
I think it was more the entrepreneurship world that was your interest back then, rather than, I think that real estate really started like the year after we graduated.
Yeah. But I think the good thing here is like, I had planted the seed though, low key. Because I think it's like sometimes it's like, well, my partner's not on board. And it's like, yeah, but we haven't done anything to prove to your partner that you're serious about it.
I knew you were serious, but when you like came up to me and you were like, I think we should buy
out of state,
like 2,000 miles away, sight unseen, whatever, not in state. And not somewhere we could easily travel to like fix issues and see things.
Yep.
Thought you had lost your mind a little bit.
Yeah, but I didn't come out the woodwork like, yo, let's just do this. I was like, hey, this is like.
No, it was out the woodwork.
No, it wasn't, because I was helping people, wasn't I? So I'm trying to put in the. I want to.
How many miles?
Here. Yeah, I'm just curious. How many miles is this? What does it say? This is us, by the way, in our relationship. Oh, not bad. 1,000 miles.
Okay.
2,000 is pretty close. That's usually you, but I'm giving you what you do in our relationship. Because I'll be like, it's this, and then you'll be like, technically no, and I'm like,
2,000 is off. It's 1,000.
yeah, so you're off by 1,000.
Right.
Yeah. So
okay.
Ain't that some?
Right.
So let's talk about your recent. Okay, no, hold on. I want to footnote this for a second. So we bought sight unseen out of state 1,000 miles. Correction.
Also, I like how every conference we go to, people are like, never buy sight unseen.
Yeah, miss me with that. Look,
like literally every advice, like that's like the first thing people say, like don't buy sight unseen. And we've bought several properties sight unseen.
Well, part of it is because I like to go left when everyone's going right.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I think you told me the other day, and I didn't think about this, that I have a problem with what do I have a problem with? You told me like authorities? Like, what did you say? You said it best. Forget how you said it.
You just don't like following anyone. Like people, like you just.
I wouldn't say I don't like following anyone.
No,
like,
but like you definitely like having your own path, and you don't care about the norm of anything.
That's what it is. I push back on the norms because I feel like if you do what everyone's doing, you'll get what everybody has. Do you agree with that?
Like that's such a general, like to a certain extent.
I think to a lot of extent. I think in order for you to get results that are unconventional, you need to do unconventional things.
Sure, but there's also like some positives to following the norm sometimes, like sleeping 6 to 8 hours.
Oh, here we go.
Like there's also benefits to doing things that are accepted.
Experimentation. Celine wants me to deliver less to you so I can sleep more.
That's not what I'm
want
saying.
That? No. I think the people need what they need us.
And I think the real estate experiment needs his health past the age of 40. So
I think the real estate experiment needs Celine to be co-hosting this with me and sleep less. You woke up early today.
Oh my God.
Earlier.
Okay.
Because we're here to serve the people.
Okay.
And the people are going to love that. So I think from 300 episodes moving forward, we will co-host this together. What do you say?
I don't know. Do I fit the brand?
I don't know. Yes, you do. You wore white on white. Check. That's all it takes.
That was the requirement.
That's right.
I was told to wear white.
She understood the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So I do believe though that and I'm curious, I want to hear your thoughts because you kind of set to a certain. It's so funny because I feel like that's how usually our conversations go, which is great. It's healthy. I'll say one thing and then you'll address it like the other way. Because I said, I believe that you do unconventional things and get unconventional results. And you flipped it back to me. And then you said that there's still positives from doing things that other people do. And that's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying it was good or bad. I was just saying, I believe that you do unconventional things like midterm mental insurance niche and you get unconventional results.
Sure.
Hey.
Sure.
Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, right? So I think that's like why it's cool to experiment. But I will say, I actually get a lot of mentorship. So it's not that I don't like to follow. I just like the people who do unconventional things and are getting unconventional
That's
results.
true.
Fair?
Yes.
Boom. All right, let's talk about, speaking of followers, okay? You, I'm curious about in your world, like, let's go here for a second. So we buy something out of state. What is giving you the confidence to do that? Like, what's like?
Good question. I don't remember. I mean, we focused on numbers a lot.
We did
when we first, because we passed on our first one.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Oh,
can we talk about that?
Sure.
Dude, we were up late night. It was like, it must have been like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And our earnest money was on the line. I was like, should we do this? Should we not? Should we do this? And now in retrospect, I think we could have done it actually.
Yeah, I think we can turn anything into a profitable property, but
talk to them. Talk to the mic. I wanted them to hear that confidence coming through the mic. Listen to you. We can do anything. Is that what you said? That's what I heard. So I hear these things, I ran with it. When Celine said, "Oh, we can buy," I was like, "La la 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 la," right? And I just went inside the contract,
like the teacher in Charlie Brown, like, nonsense in the background.
Yes. But we did look at numbers a lot.
We did. I think we could have done the first one as an MTR as what we're doing now, but I don't think it would have worked as an STR as well.
Yeah, as well.
Because of the numbers and the profit that, although we didn't have all the info, but
we didn't. But I also think now with the information that we have and the knowledge, which I think is important, I think that here's a key takeaway here. Like with the information that we have today, we probably would have made that work.
Yeah.
We actually got scared and ran away, if you remember, from the flood insurance. We're like, oh my God, flood insurance. That's an extra expense.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a big monthly expense, and we didn't even know that.
Well, we found out.
Yeah.
But then we were scared. And I think that's like important because I think when you have different levels of information, you make different decisions. Mm-hmm. But I think what was powerful is the fact that we were in it together and we kind of like had to like really think it through. And with the information that we had, we made the best call. And we were willing to lose before we gained because we did lose our earnest money.
We did. Like 2K?
Yeah. like a night's worth or not, no, I should say, like a week's worth of money here, you know what I'm saying?
A week.
Oh.
Depends which property.
Which I was gonna ask you. Well, actually I have this question saved for last, but let's pivot here for a second because you have an interesting background and you also have like a new identity now, I feel, even though you're like the viral queen. So how did I do with your intro?
Oh, you did great.
Would you change anything?
It's interesting because I feel like you focused on the social media aspect of it a lot, which, yes, my roles were that, but it was definitely like journalism first and then social media. So even in those social media roles, it was like journalism first. That's what I studied. That's what I was in. So I guess that's the only thing there was definitely a bigger focus in that than social. Social media was like the avenue to get out the journalism.
That's why, and that's funny because we like basketball, right? And we like a certain player like Jaylen Brown. He has a shirt that says "State your source," and that kind of reminds me of how you taught me how to always validate things that I see, which I think is probably a fundamental that comes from journalism.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. Question everything.
Question. Why should we question everything, Celine?
In what? That's a broad question.
That is a broad question. I want to give you the space to navigate where you want to navigate.
Well, you shouldn't take like anything that people say at face value. Like, you should always make your own determination and like see if it checks out for you in your situation. Not just accept it because someone else says that that's fact.
Yeah. Kind of like when everyone goes left. You want to fact check them so you can bang a right.
No.
No, but you want to gather the data, right?
Yeah, but maybe you decide to go left because it makes sense.
Yeah. Why are you so for the people?
What?
Like, why are you? Because this makes no sense. Because you are for the people. Actually, let me ask you a question.
What do you mean for the people?
Like, I feel like you like protecting the masses.
What?
It's true.
No, I just think that there's like some like valid things that everyone like. I don't do certain things because everyone else does it, but
no, I'm not saying that. By the way, you're a great leader, but I do think you have like some empathy for like the masses. Like if I'll give you an example.
The masses?
Yeah,
who are the masses?
The majority.
Okay, like what?
Okay, so maybe be strategic if I bring this up because I don't want to get like pinned down.
Be careful what you're gonna say.
No, so if I say like, and I think maybe that's your journalism background where you're like, okay, like let's look at the other side type thing, which is maybe good. It's not bad at all, but like I feel like if I say the top 1% of people are not doing that, you might say, yeah, but the 99% blah blah blah. And
like what though?
I don't know.
It depends what you're talking about.
What do we always talk about?
Like if the top 1% are not eating their vegetables and they're like billionaires, that doesn't mean you shouldn't eat your vegetables. Like that's what I mean. Like
all these like one like cited like comments that don't have context. That bothers you a lot.
It does.
Ooh, yes. Let's go there. So this is what bothers Celine. She'll get super offended. Like not even offended, just be like disgusted if you say something out of context, I feel. Like
what?
Not like so if I say something like real estate is the best investment you can make, and it's like this one like
show me the facts.
Right. I feel like that will like irk you somehow. Which is that true or am I making that up? Like I feel like you don't like these generic topics.
Yeah, I don't like generalizations. It's not generic topics. It's like generalizations, I guess. Like
so if I said midterm rental insurance is the best real estate model to
well, that's true.
Let's talk about why you actually think that, because we had a pretty interesting journey together. Like we started with that first one. We started to do Airbnbs. And then after that, what did we quickly learn? Because we see a lot of like, oh yeah, we're doing Airbnbs here and there. What did we learn? What did you learn?
Transitioning into midterm rentals?
Yeah, or no, what did you learn from Airbnbs that like were like, oh, okay, like, or maybe, oh yeah, great. Like, I guess what was that learning?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, I think we started in like we experienced anything that you can experience in Airbnbs. Almost anything.
Can you give the people some background, please? People don't know. You see the wins, but you don't know what we've been through. Crazy.
Want to talk about?
I know there's one that stands out to mind. Say the one that's staying on top of your mind right now. We all know what it is.
The bullets one?
Yes, the guns.
So, How did we even find out? Oh, our cleaner.
How did we find out?
Our cleaner told
I'll tell
us.
you exactly how we find out.
Our cleaner told us that she found just a ton of stuff.
No, didn't they
When-
overstay? No,
One
wasn't it
guy
that guest that stayed? It was the girl that stayed
and then left all their stuff.
And then we were looking at the cameras like detectives,
Yeah.
trying to find out what happened. She never came back.
I'm having
And then
anxiety.
her
thinking
friend
about
was checking up on her, right?
it. That was a different person.
Oh, another.
This one, the guy had overstayed, and our cleaner was like telling him to leave,
Mhm.
and he wouldn't leave. And then finally, he just like grabbed his backpack and started like walking out the street, like up the street.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Never
because-
came
yeah.
back for his stuff, and like our cleaner told us that there were still like duffel bags.
But it
and-
wasn't his stuff though.
No, it was
'Cause his-
whoever.
his associates.
Associates.
Listen, I try to give everybody. See, that's the thing. I give everybody. We have an interesting dynamic. You are for the masses.
I don't like this narrative.
Yes,
I don't
you-
know what that means.
I'll tell you what it means. And I'm for like the top percentile, right? Like, I'll put it this way. Like, but like, let me bring this point home. But at the same time, I give people the benefit of the doubt.
I do not.
And you literally like everyone is like wrong,
Right.
right? So this is interesting. So this is why this dynamic is perfect. Now, when I say the masses, people are
Wait, let me finish the story about this
Yeah,
craziness in the
gonna-
Airbnb.
yeah, but for context, for protection. No, for my protection, my brand, because I think like people are like, oh, really? Or for the I am for the top 1% of people who are willing to do the work, sacrifice, grind, go right when everyone's going left, sacrifice. Did I mention sacrifice? She
Okay.
hates the word sacrifice. Celine wants her to be able to eat her cake and eat it too. But let's go back to the story. Guy, we'll go back to this whole dynamic that we have because I think it is pretty interesting. And I think I finally just figured it out. That's why I had to interrupt
On this
you.
podcast right here. you
Yes.
figured it out.
This is why this is good. But let's go back. So the guy walked out.
Yeah, he walked out, and then our cleaner just found like some paraphernalia and some. I don't think she didn't find guns. She found bullets and a money counting machine.
Ammunition.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So we called the police, and they came and took all that stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, I feel like that was pretty jarring. Like, what are they doing out of our house? You know.
Yeah.
That was only one
They were
example.
getting at work.
And then like just so many things. And they had left behind like new shoes.
Yes.
Like a bunch of
Pretty sure I gave those away to my brother.
okay.
Didn't
I have no
Wasn't
idea.
those KDs?
I don't know. The cop told us
They
to
were
keep them,
fresh.
so
The perks. And you get yourself some
stop.
free shoes.
No.
Yes.
And then I mean we've dealt with a lot of like late checkout, like leaving things dirty, having to replace things. And so transitioning
Disappearing moment. That was another one.
yeah. I don't know what that
We
was.
never heard from her.
Yeah.
And her friend was asking too, and she was concerned because she hadn't landed on her flight. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was detective work.
I know.
I think in another life you would actually be a detective. Do you know that?
Yeah, probably.
Would you take the job?
Yeah, probably.
Why?
Because I'd be good at it.
Why do you like being a detective?
I like getting answers. I like knowing things. I don't like ambiguity.
I don't think I knew that about you.
Anyway, so then when we transitioned into midterm rentals, it was a lot less of that. And that's why I love it.
Yes. So in short, less turnovers.
Yeah.
Because the turnovers is where the stress is. It's like, and at the time, I don't think our systems were as dialed in because
No, they weren't. Yeah.
you evolved us. You helped evolve our entire business with that, which we'll get in a second. But the turnovers is what's the draining part. The money was still good. As a matter of fact, the money was great.
Yeah.
But then the money even got sweeter because we went straight to corporate, and corporate got some bread.
Yeah. It's less turnover. It's you like, I don't know, you get to know your people better. It's better communication. You
Yeah,
form a
sure.
relationship with them.
Yeah.
You're helping them.
And the families are grateful. You actually,
Yeah.
what does gracious mean? Because I used it the other day and told me it was wrong.
In the context that you're using it, it was wrong. They're grateful because they have a place to stay. You're helping accommodate however you can help.
And we're gracious.
Sure, I wouldn't call myself gracious.
What
but
is? How do you use gracious?
Let's stay focused.
So these families are grateful.
Mm-hmm.
We feel grateful for them being grateful for us. And the insurance companies are the ones paying us directly. And we also like to save some trees, y'all. So we go directly to ACH. Ain't that right?
Oh my God. Why does that matter?
Because we're environmental friendly people, aren't we?
Yes. But...
Low key, I think we are.
Okay.
We drive an EV, right? Which I think, you know, what's funny. One of the things, I want to say this on the air, one of the things I admire the most about you, Celine, is that you are very open-minded.
Thank you.
Right? Like when I got the Tesla, you're not a fan of it.
Because of the creator of it.
See, I'm for the 1%. This man is taking us to the moon.
I'm not having a
Celine
debate about
has a
Elon
problem
Musk
with
on
this
your
one.
podcast.
Oh, why not?
It's so off topic.
But you drive a Tesla. Isn't that hypocritical?
You drive a Tesla.
You drive it too. Our business, we lease that to the business. Experiment Nation, you've heard the word MTR, midterm rentals, as it is currently a hot topic and hot commodity right now because, again, there has been an increase in short-term rental regulations, and there also has been, let's face it, a slowdown in what we were experiencing a couple years back when it comes to bookings. So with that said, short-term rental operators are looking for alternative solutions to tap into the midterm rental space. However, there is a sub niche of midterm rental insurance that I'm truly excited about, that I want to share with you, that the experience that we've had, the tremendous results we've been able to have, and that's the insurance midterm rental space, which is very different than your traditional midterm rentals. When you think of traditionally midterm rentals, you think of travel nurses. There is a space, midterm rental insurance space, that we've tapped in, where you need to be well connected with insurance and relocation specialists and companies and understand the right type of asset required for you to be able to help these families. What's really important that stands out the most, which you can get in what I'm about to offer you, is the understanding where to be found by these insurance companies, how to properly manage your calendar so that your listings are optimized so that they can find you, how to actually gain traction and build a relationship with these relocation insurance companies. I've put together an MTR insurance blueprint. That's MMTRRR insurance blueprint to cover these foundations after we've had success landing very large contracts on single family homes that literally 4x what we traditionally make in long-term rentals, and also gives us peace of mind because there's less turnover and 100% occupancy, because these contracts can start anywhere from 30 days to 3 months to 8 months and range anywhere from, again, we've landed anywhere from $8,000 to $9,000 a month in per month on a single family home property, which our mortgages are typically around the $2,400 range, which then gives you a large spread of anywhere from 4 to 6K net on just one property. And this is why it's very hot right now. But people who haven't been in the lab with individuals like myself, like Jesse Vasquez and Dr. Rachel Gainsborough and Noble Crawford, don't have the foundations and don't know exactly where to start. And therefore, this is why I'm giving you guys a blueprint, the MTRR insurance blueprint. Go to the website, experimentrealestate.com, and get yourself a blueprint to completely change, or at least have a plan B if you're a short-term rental operator looking to maximize your occupancy and profitability. We'll see you on the other side. So, that's interesting. Okay, so you recently went viral. How does it feel to have more views on one video than half of my entire YouTube channel?
Was this the motivation for your podcast?
No, the motivation for my podcast, I work
is to
very hard
Mm-hmm.
to get to 300 episodes. And I don't know if, see, y'all got to tune in and share this episode, because Celine's out here just da-di-da-di-da-da, and boom.
Excuse me, it is not la-di-da.
I knew I'd get her with the la-di-da-di-da-da. You did. No, that was a great post, by the way.
Thank you so much.
No, that was elite. Like when I saw it, I was like, yeah, this one won't pop.
The TikTok?
Yeah, did you know it was going to pop?
No, I thought I would do well, but
Yeah.
Should we check?
I mean, you
for
have
that?
experience.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. I think you need to flex that muscle more.
Okay.
You've only done it for some of the biggest brands in the world.
Yeah.
No biggie. Time, ABC News.
Yes, but this was on my personal.
It was on your personal.
Mhm.
And how did it feel? Dragging around to the
Oh,
1%, so.
It's still
It's good to do
challenging.
stuff for your own self, right?
Mhm.
How do you feel about, you had a really good stint and you still have, like, I shouldn't say in this past because it's just, I believe we have different seasons of our lives, right? So you had a season where you literally built, like, uplifted that entire department when it came to social media, and you obviously helped that entire company. And then you transitioned out. Talk to us about your transition and why you transitioned out. For someone who might be listening and honestly is thinking like, yeah, I want to transition. Talk to us about your new season of life.
Well, it had to do with our move too.
Come on, you're
Okay.
copping out. It was not the move. That's what your coworkers, who, no offense, were not, wanted to, give reasons for why you moved. That's not the real reason why. They were trying to justify you having the ability and courage to step away.
Well, I wanted to focus on our business. I
Mhm.
wanted to try new things. I didn't want to stay in the same position. I felt like I had accomplished a lot
Mhm.
and just wanted to try something new.
Yeah, what advice would you give? Because that's not an easy decision. Like,
No, it's
what?
not. I thought about it for a long time.
How long do you think?
Like a year, probably.
I don't think I knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the back of your mind for a year?
Mm-hmm.
What gave you the courage, do you think? Honestly, I don't think I've ever asked you that.
You?
Really?
Yeah, I
Huh.
think so. And also, like, our business was in a place where I thought it could benefit from one of us being 100% focused on it for a while. And yeah, it seemed like a natural transition at the time. We had been building it for years while we were both working. So
Yeah. If there's another Celine out there who's literally on the fence, and I know that you're not one to give advice that's just one-sided. Everyone should quit their job and go do what they want, right? No, right?
No.
What advice would you give them? To a Celine who's in exact position who just happens to tune into the real estate experiment.
Well, it just depends, like, what else you're going through in life and what stage you're at in your life and what other things you want to do. And I think there's a lot to consider, like a lot of different. Are you still growing? Are there things that you want? Are there other areas in your life you want to grow in? Other industries you want to explore? Anything you want to use your skills to apply to something else? And if you're able to grow that while you're doing your corporate job, then that's great. And I felt like I could do that to a certain extent, but I think since I've left, we've definitely exponentially grown. So I think it was the right decision.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's amazing. I think it was a great decision for you. Having that space. Sometimes I think we don't have the time to give ourselves space.
Yeah, and you don't have the time to think about what else do I want to do, or is this the right path? Or sometimes you do need to get in the day-to-day, you get very bogged down by just everything else that you're doing. And so you really don't have the time to think sometimes. A Saturday and Sunday is not enough.
You sound like you're talking about the rat race.
Not going into
this. You sound like, yeah, I specifically put this behind us, and now you're promoting the great
No, I'm
rat
not
escape.
promoting. There's definitely pros and cons to both.
Yeah.
There's no like right answer, I don't think.
Well, I think there's a right answer for someone.
Sure.
Right. And I think this is where you do a good job of, like, if someone were to come on social media and say all 9-to-5s suck, I think you would have a problem with that. Right? Because I don't think it gives full context. But I think you understand what people are doing when they do that, because you understand what a hook is and how polarizing when we get into politics. I know you've covered politics for a long time. That drained you and gave you is that a white hair?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It might be a white hair from covering politics.
Just one.
Yeah. But for context, I think it's good for this is why I like experimenting, because I think my goal is to share experiments. Like, this is an experiment that worked out for you, and then if someone is in a similar situation and can get nuggets from that, my goal is to also find people like yourself who have that who have taken unconventional paths, because you took unconventional paths and have made unconventional decisions to get unconventional results. Another thing that you did that we didn't highlight is you took an actual unconventional path in your career when everyone was telling you that it'll take years for you to work at a big company coming right out of
magazine in New
York, right? And what did you say to them? What did you say to tell them? What you tell them offline, because you're ruthless. You said,
I just don't like that. Like, I don't like when people make generalizations like, oh, you can't do this if this, or you can't do this until you do this. I don't think that's true.
So Celine said, I'm going to show you.
Even
that's what you did.
I mean, even in our business, I didn't have any real estate background. You didn't either until you started educating yourself about it. But then, like, we own a real estate company now, and we're doing really well. So
yeah, but you also just continue to shave off the 5 years of experience that we had walking around.
You had that experience.
Were you not with me or not?
I was tagging along sometimes.
Ain't nobody tagging along to nothing special.
Pretty
what
sure
you talking
it
about?
wasn't.
What you talking about? Let's talk about why do you love Italy so much?
Oh, random. Because it's the best place ever.
Yo, so Celine out here went and got herself a DNA test. Not a DNA. Is it DNA test? Yeah, I don't know. I need to get one of those. Is it?
Yeah, like an ancestry something.
Yeah. What were you hoping, Celine?
I was just I wanted to know more about my family history. You're always like she did a DNA test to see if she was Italian. Like, that is not true. I know what my background is.
No, you wanted to see if there was like an ounce of a chance. Because you do speak Italian.
Sure.
Hey, okay.
Okay.
Right.
I also speak Armenian, which is my background.
Yeah. And fun fact, see, the last property that we closed on, there was an Italian. No, it will be, I guess. No, but the latest one we closed on, the realtor was Italian, and you smooshed her at Starbucks, and you helped us close. Always dynamic duo.
We have different strengths. It really
we do
works
have different strengths. That's very interesting. See, so, Italy. You had worked at La Stampa there, intern. Is that what it's called? No, fellowship. Hey, I got you. Why are you squinting like that?
I don't know. You're like going through my life.
Yeah, because I want to see, I want to just kind of put it together, man. Y'all see Celine, and she's wearing all these different hats. Fine, you don't want to go. You don't want to go to Italy and La Stampa. The reason I was going to go there is the culture was very different.
Okay.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was pretty low key, chill.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, people are definitely not as, killing themselves at work every single day. There's definitely a big difference I saw.
What's wrong with killing yourself at work every single day?
Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. You were just asking me the difference.
No, I'm just asking. I don't know that there's anything wrong.
I think you're trying to get me to say that everyone should quit their 9 to 5.
No, I don't think that.
Okay.
I don't think that at all.
So why, what are you poking at?
No, I'm just, I think we're a lifestyle, right? Don't we have a lifestyle business? Would you say?
I don't know what that means.
A lifestyle business is more of Like I'm a photographer and you travel and shoot photography, right? That's a lifestyle business.
I don't know what a lifestyle
I think a
business is.
lifestyle business is that. Or you create a business to have a certain lifestyle. I think that's where I was going, but I don't think
Okay.
a lifestyle business. No, but I say that because I think lifestyle matters to us.
Yeah, of
We
course.
like to travel.
We travel a lot.
We do like to travel a lot. We have a trip coming up that we still haven't bought tickets for. So see right here, operations.
Yep.
So we gotta buy tickets this weekend.
You said that the past 3 weekends, so we'll see if that actually happens.
I mean, you're the one who takes the lead on all the planning.
I know. I did plan it. We need
Okay.
to book it now.
Let's book it. So
What's
yeah,
your
so-
favorite place that we've traveled?
That's crazy because I was gonna ask you that.
Are you flipping it around on me? I asked you first.
No, I'm saying I was gonna ask you that. We're on the same page. St. Martin was pretty special.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It's just special. I don't know that has to be favorite.
Right.
Like obviously our honeymoon was amazing, even though we got. But we're not gonna go there.
Half of our honeymoon was amazing. The other half was
We got robbed on our honeymoon, y'all. There's no other way to say it. But that's for if you guys like this episode, we'll record a whole episode on how we got robbed on our honeymoon. Ooh, that's a good. Is that a good thumbnail?
PTSD.
Like how we got robbed on our honeymoon?
No, I'm pretty sure that's clickbait.
But it's the truth. It's facts.
Yo, we discussed it for 0.5 seconds in this episode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you're saying like if I did it for this episode, then like no, that's crazy. No, but I'm saying if we actually did a video for that, dude, why are we sleeping on ourselves? We should have been recorded like a video of how we got robbed on a honeymoon.
For the real estate experiment?
No, but we're malleable, we're flexible.
Okay.
Maybe this
Bonus episode.
Yes. Maybe this opens up a whole new situation for us. This is why we like to experiment things, y'all. What if this gets the most listens ever? Do we like start out like break off a new show, or do we just take over?
Then we need to talk about some
what?
monetary compensation over here.
Dude, you're the one. Listen, yeah.
Let's see. Maybe it'll be like my TikTok versus your YouTube.
Yeah, well, you have that effect. You've shown it. The receipts show that you have that effect. That's neat. Golly, don't you have to go? No, I thought like, don't you have to do something with Mom Dukes?
I thought you had a call.
No, man.
I have like
I blocked out the
couple
whole
more
day for
minutes.
this, baby. What you talking about?
I have a couple more minutes.
Yeah. So what do you where should we take this?
Do you have any like fireball
I do.
Okay, let's go.
Favorite book?
Oh,
You read like how many books you read this year?
like 15. so
Damn.
far.
How many?
Like 15.
15 books. This is where you and I are different.
I love reading. I just cannot.
But you know what I do now? I read the same thing all the time to get more out of it.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah. But you read different things. You read like fiction?
Some fiction, nonfiction.
Yeah. Why do you like that?
Fiction?
Yeah, does it just take you away? Like when you read? Do you feel like you're like traveling?
Oh, that's cute. I don't know. I don't know if I
Did
would
you just
put it
call me
like that.
cute?
No, I said what you said was cute. Don't get carried away now.
Okay, so give me your favorite book, and then I'm gonna ask you another question about that comment. 'Cause that
What's my
comment
favorite
happens all the
book?
time.
I know my favorite book.
What is it?
From scratch.
Oh, is that like the show that we showed?
Yeah, they made a show about it.
Wait, from Italy, right?
hmm
Huh.
Go figure.
Go figure. Show from Italy.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of a show about a destination that we really like, has anyone seen The Perfect Couple? How dope is that?
It's pretty good.
Can we do the dance?
Absolutely not. You can do the dance.
How does it go?
You think I'm gonna sing?
Oh, it's the criminals part. Anything that feels this good.
Maybe we should have cut
Wait,
this off 5 minutes.
No, how does it go? Anything that feels this good must be illegal.
You got it.
Have you guys seen that? By the way, the reason that's special to us is because we recently expanded in the Cape and we went to Nantucket from our home, which was easy to get to, about like an hour ferry.
Mhm.
And shout out to Christian because he said that show reminded me of you and Celine because of that Nantucket home, not because of the couple.
That's
Chill
nice.
out.
I would not like to be under investigation for a murder, but otherwise, I'd like that house.
First of all, if someone was murdered underneath our house,
Underneath.
or under the roof of our home, like if you're gonna murder someone, it's gonna be you.
What?
Like between us, like you know how like I drive you crazy, you
Uh-huh.
would kill me before I would do anything. So we
Yeah,
know
but
that
not
you'd be
anyone
guilty.
else.
Please, girl. So on that
I
topic,
can't believe you just said that.
because you're a detective, you'll know how to hide everything.
Wow.
Hide the evidence.
Wow.
Wait, no, I just say that because I know I drive you crazy. But speaking of that, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How can you be my biggest supporter and my biggest critic at the same time?
Because
Like, why is that? Why can't you just be my biggest supporter? Why do you also have to be like a hater?
I'm not a hater, but you need criticism to get better. That's just like facts. And you do the same for me too.
Do you know what my love language is?
Yes.
What is it?
Words of affirmation.
Well, can I get more of those?
That's like the last on my list, so it's very difficult for me to remember to do that for you, but I need to get better at that. Can you stop moving?
No.
Please, like it's a lot of movement.
Did you know that energy is motion and motion is energy? That's why I'm always moving and talking. Because
I
you need
know.
to come from a high place of energy.
You need to meditate
serve.
and like calm
I
down.
did meditate this morning.
Oh, good. Okay.
Using the Calm app.
Okay.
Shout out to the Calm app, y'all.
Are you
I'm trying to get a
sponsored by
sponsorship.
Calm?
I'm like,
Headspace is where it's at.
okay, so my biggest hater and my biggest
I am not a hater.
my biggest critique and my biggest lover.
Critique is not a person.
No, critis. See, this is what you do, right?
Mhm.
You try to take away from my moment.
Critic, not
My
critique.
my biggest critic.
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 Bring the
Critic.
French accent into everything.
Critique. What is your so you also really like so it's interesting because I believe we're in the hospitality business,
Mhm.
right? And you like everything hospitality except the people. See, she's laughing because she knows it's true. The reason Celine loves midterm rentals is she has to deal with less people.
That's true. I'd rather have a deeper relationship with fewer people.
Or no relationship at all.
That's true too.
This is why Celine just likes corporations. It's like less yeah. I think you have do you think you're patient?
Depends. It really depends.
You're
on
not
the
patient with
situation.
people. You're like, oh man, these people drive me crazy.
I mean,
I'm like, Celine, they're guests. They're allowed to ask these questions.
we'll ask some pretty.
Yeah, crazy questions.
Yeah.
So
But I am patient for the most part with them.
why can't you come with that same patience with me? If
you lived with you day in and day out, your patience
I
would
do
be
live with
overwhelming.
me, and I love me some me.
Yeah, we know. Everyone knows that.
Oh shoot! All right, favorite restaurant. Speaking of
That's too
restaurant.
difficult.
Oh wow,
That's too
I'm just
difficult.
gonna rule it out.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite place, like area of the world that you like to go to
Yeah.
eat?
I mean, any Italian restaurant in the Village in New York.
Ooh, okay. Bet we need to go back.
Yep.
What is your favorite trip? Because you stole my question. Like favorite destination we've gone to together, besides getting got in our honeymoon.
The Amalfi Coast.
Ooh, talk to me nicely.
Where else? Yeah, St. Martin, definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
of course.
Yeah.
I think those were two of the
Yeah.
best. Oh, London. London was so fun with
Really?
my family. Yeah.
I think that was the people we were with.
Yeah, of course. The
I don't
people.
think the London is like
Family.
yeah, people as in like the people matter.
Oh, I love London. I think it was a hard trip because you were like a little. You had to work a lot. Like you were
busy.
busy, yeah. But otherwise, it was so fun being there with everyone.
No, I just don't like. I think I'm more of a beach.
You are.
Tropical.
You definitely are. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm more like, I need to see every single thing and walk on every
oh
single
my god.
block in this city type of
Will
person.
someone go with my wife to a museum, please? Because we'll opt out.
You know, so sad.
That's not true. I'm still a good
You're like, can
sport.
we leave now?
I'm still a good sport, though. I ask questions. I read stuff.
You ask a lot of questions.
Right. Don't you think that's like a good thing, though? To ask a lot of questions?
Yeah, just to someone else.
I do. I found ChatGPT, though. We're besties.
You know what? Shout out to ChatGPT.
For
I'm not
babysitting my
asshole.
husband.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
So your favorite place is Italy. We've identified that.
Yep.
You want us to buy a house there?
No.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Well, what is your favorite house that we own?
The one in Cape Cod.
Hey,
Obviously.
that's right.
Obviously.
Celine was like, "Ain't nobody." Nah. We interesting. And then so
because Cape Cod's also really special to us.
yeah, it's
We
low
got
key when we
married
got
there.
married. Yeah,
It's not low key. It's just a fact.
but it's pretty low key
Why?
because we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it.
I talk about it, but like low key isn't like that's like a nice personal fun fact.
I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to?
No,
tell
of course you can. That's why I said
people?
low key. It's not high key.
Next question, please.
Oh my god.
Are you ashamed of our wedding?
No, I'm saying it's not a thing that people know. So it's like low key. It was like
I think people know. Like all the.
I talk about it. I'm just saying it's a low key thing. I'm trying to
Okay.
come up with some thumbnails for us. Like the thing we've never revealed before. We got married in the Cape. No, that is right.
Such a
It
deep,
was
dark secret.
very special to us.
Yes.
Want us to continue to expand there? That's right. We're gonna cover some behind the scenes this weekend. It'll be exciting. We'll be down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a little project that came upon us. You see, interesting to see where that takes us.
A couple projects.
Speaking of projects, real quick. So I feel like you said this last night. Actually, we were talking. I feel like you found some synergy, with everything that you're doing. You want to tell us about like CelSev Events real quick?
Oh, sure. I started an events planning company with my sister, who's the events guru.
Does your sister have a name?
Whoa. My sister Savannah and I started an event planning company together, and we have a good dynamic the way you and me do. Yeah. Different strengths.
That's because that's my best friend. Right?
Sev, yeah.
That's my bestie.
Right.
I mean,
I'm sure she would say the same thing.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I mean, she's never said it.
I'm literally getting nauseous from how much you're moving.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So yeah, that's been really fun. That's one of the things I've been able to focus on this year, which has been really nice.
Yeah, it's very synergistic.
It is.
Tell us about the big hairy ass goal. BHAG. Big hairy ass goal.
Ew, who coined that term?
I think that was like Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets.
Oh, okay.
Do we not like that?
Why does it have to be hairy for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Like big ass goal is fine.
Yeah, why does it need to be hairy? She said bag. Y'all, Celine loved the bread. She said big ass goal bag. I love that. Okay, let's go with bag. So speaking of bag, what's the next big bag we want to secure? Let's put it out into the universe. So that way someone maybe has it for us, they can get it. They just serve it to us on a silver platter. I think I know what you do, because it'll be synergistic with what you're doing with CelSev Events. Come on, share the bag. Come on, you gotta put it into the energy.
I know, but I don't think I want to share it.
Oh, she's tapping my leg, y'all. This is what helps.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get you to stop moving. No, you're tapping
me to try to switch the combo.
No, you think you're slick?
We live, baby. Experimentation has no secrets. Should we put it? Shouldn't we? Do you believe that you should put things out there into the universe, or no? Because I feel, look, you're a little less like that than I am. I mean, I feel like it serves me. Mm-hmm. I think I know, but like, should one put their goals out into the universe? Not universe, like into the public? Because I think there's two sides.
I think it depends what it is.
Some people are like, work in silence.
I like work in silence, as you know, which is why it took 300 episodes for you to ask me to come. Yeah. I'm not a public person.
You're not a public person.
We're very different in that way.
Yeah, but you're in public service. You serve the people. You serve the masses.
The masses.
Can we get
This is a weird
Can we get this?
weird narrative.
State your source.
Oh god.
So we're not gonna put our goal out there into the universe.
There's many goals.
Hey, that part.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, how you talking?
Maybe if you have me back, then we can just.
Hey,
We'll see.
next episode. So we're gonna lure them in. We're gonna be like, find out how we got on our honeymoon,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I don't know what that has to do with.
And then we're gonna do another episode that's like find out our big ass goal, not to be mistaken by big ass hairy goal or big hairy ass goal.
Yeah, you need to stop saying that.
Why
It's
did they
freaking
do
me out.
that though?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. There's got to be a reason because it's an acronym. BHAG, big hairy ass goal. Somebody's got to help us because why did it need to be hairy?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So this was fun.
How did it go? Did I do well?
You were amazing.
I was very nervous.
Why are you nervous? This is like you. This is like literally us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could also say as a host, it helps to have a good host who could navigate. Words of affirmation would have been helpful right now. I'm trying to teach you how to love me.
You are a great interviewer.
Oh, thank you. Wait, what? What did you say?
It is a lot of work loving you.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Well, you know what? It's easy to love you. Love.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Ain't that
Mhm.
sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, that
Just kidding. You're great at this. I'm so honored that you asked me to be here today.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This was fun.
It was.
This
fun.
is a pretty big deal, man.
I know.
And 300 episodes, and I couldn't have done it without you.
It's really sweet. Thank you.
Just like this whole business.
I'm proud of you. 300 episodes is a lot. Don't cry.
No, I'm not gonna cry.
You really looked emotional
No,
for just
I'm
seconds.
not gonna cry.
Okay.
I love this, but I'm not gonna cry.
Mhm.
It was fun, and I want to thank you on the air as well, because without you, it wouldn't be possible. Seriously.
Thank you.
Like, you do a lot for us. You don't get as much applause. You do for me, but I don't think the people know. So I want to make sure that you came here and you got your flowers
Thanks.
on the air for being our COO, being my number one support, my number one critic.
Speaking of critic.
She can't stop. You can't even help herself. I just want to see if she would let it go, and she can't. And
Wouldn't you rather know the
oh
right
my
way?
God. I'm French.
You cannot use that for the rest of your life.
Of course I can.
For every
I'm
single
going
thing.
to be French for the rest of my life.
Right.
So, pourquoi pas let the people know?
We're married now. Where's my citizenship?
Hey, we can take care of that offline.
Okay.
But no, Celine Hacobian-Kanya, y'all, she came here in the lab and just crushed it. Just like she always does. Silent assassin. I probably did the most talking I've ever done as a host, because that's what you get when you get Celine. You get silent assassin. Less is more.
Thanks for having me. This was really fun.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Would you come back again?
I think I'd come back.
We're
If
not
you
gonna-
moved a little less, I might come back. Just a
Movement
lot
is
of
energy.
movement.
Don't you ever forget that.
I think you have enough energy for
The both of us?
probably the city. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm. But this
For
was
the
fun.
people.
Yeah.
For the masses. Should we do a handshake? Ooh, come here. Ooh, come here. Ooh, come here. Ooh. Now the long one. Ha, ha, ha. There it is, y'all. Celine Hacobian, my lovely partner in crime, my wife. I don't think you like that, actually. You don't like in crime. I don't think you like partner in crime.
I mean, apparently, if one of us was going to murder someone, it'd be me. So maybe that's where that's coming from. But
The Bonnie to my Clyde, the Clyde to my Bonnie. Who's Bonnie? Which one is the...
let's just wrap
No,
it
I'm
up.
just curious.
Let's just
Which
wrap
one
it
is
up.
it? Bonnie is the guy?
It's really, you really need some.
No, Clyde.
help.
No, Bonnie's the woman. Clyde is the guy. What were they like? Were they robbing banks?
Okay, wrap it up.
All right, well, we don't rob banks. We serve people. The co-founders of Invested Escapes, y'all, where we help displaced families and we work directly with insurance companies to serve the people. And we also are able to teach others to do the same. And of course, your host of the Real Estate Experiment, the Lab.
In the lab.
Lab. Both of us here.
Mhm.
No, it's been a treat. And of course, my wife, Celine Hacobian-Kanya. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting. And thank you for showing the people, giving a lot of gems, insights, core values, how to transition from one season to another, how to go for it, how to support your partner, and how your partner can be just as supportive. And so I wanted to highlight you today. So just like that, Experiment Nation, we are out. Let us know in the comments if you feel that we should have Celine back and when, or maybe ongoing. I don't know if I can get that committed. We'll figure it out though. Thank you, Celine.
Thank you.
Any last words?
No, this was fun.
It was fun.
Thanks.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
Let's build.
Experimentation, I believe there are two critical components that will help you achieve your goals very quickly and succeed. Number one, it's information like this that you received on a show, in an episode, and content that you can find on my YouTube channel or anybody's channel. And then there's a community. And the way we've been able to expedite our process, the way people in our community, people that we consult, mastermind members, whoever, they get the information on an episode like this, but then they also have the support, whether it's me guiding them or being guided through a community. There is an opportunity for you listening to be able to expedite your process or even expedite your results that you're seeking by being part of the community. If that is what you're interested in, we at Experiment Nation happen to have a community devoted to helping maximize your occupancy and your profitability altogether, regardless of which market that you are in. And for that reason, you have an opportunity where you can go to experimentrealestate.com/submit if you're looking to work in an environment that can help you prosper faster. Call out any areas that you might not be familiar in, especially the blind spots. That's where a guide comes in hand, and I would be a pleasure and honor to be your guide. But in order to make sure you're a good fit, make sure you go to experimentrealestate.com/submit so that my team can go ahead and take it and see if you're a good fit to join the mastermind and the multiple programs that we have. In addition to that, I'm also now a YouTube partner, which means that I want to give you more access to information, more access to Q&As, more access to the questions that actually come out of our mastermind to help people expedite the process. We've seen people get anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 to even $7,000 a month net on just one door by applying the strategies that we use by working with corporations and furnished accommodation in a very strategic way. So if you're interested, make sure you also subscribe, because I'm going to have different tiers that's on YouTube now that we've become YouTube partner, to continue to be the bridge to your success in your lab. And your lab means your life, your goals, or wherever you're trying to head. So make sure you also hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/real estate experiment. We'll be there. You can also look us up at Midterm Rental Insurance Experiment. We will be there. Make sure you hit the subscribe, because that's when you'll know the tiers that are available to you that make sense for you, your marketplace, for your results. Remember, you're only one experiment away. Let's build.